Testing. We're live. So today I was going to talk about if you're a guy who's got a special shirt, right? If you're the guy with a special shirt, then you know who I'm talking about, and you know the reason why. And I was going to put you out there in this video, but you're going to have to wait till the next video for me to talk about that, because I've got another topic just on my heart, in my mind this morning that I want to address or talk about. So we're going to have to go over that today. Going to be talking about GLP-1’s, because let's be honest, most all people are on it or want to be on it. So let's talk about pros, cons, what you should do if you're going to do it, if you actually need it or not, and let's get this thing going. So, GLP-1's biggest new drug there's been in many years. That's not actually, I guess it is a drug, but it's a peptide. Made or branded by a whole bunch of different companies at this point. One of the most expensive things you could ever buy for, we'll call, longevity. And not to bash it entirely. I mean, it obviously works, and it is very much needed if you fall into the true category of somebody who needs it. So from in my opinion, now don't take this, none of this is medical advice. I'm not your doctor. Don't listen or do anything that I say in these talks without consulting your healthcare provider. All right? Little disclaimer there, since I'm talking about a drug. So, gotta throw that out there. What I'm saying is my opinion, and I'm not trying to get you to do anything that I'm saying, right? Listen to your doctor. Back to the topic. So, if you are morbidly obese, right? Not like the doctor classifies you. They classify damn near everybody as over 30% BMI. And that's probably not the case. As I've stated before, I went to the doctor at 15% body fat, peak bulk, to do blood work. I was 31 or 32 BMI, considered obese. Not talking about that. I'm talking about obese. Somebody who's 300 pounds, right? And not tall. Hell, even probably 6'4", 6'5", 300 pounds, average person who's going to hit the true criteria of obese. We're talking about somebody who takes up a lot of space, right? Somebody whose inside's blood work is wrecked, diabetic or pre-diabetic, LDLs through the roof, heart, blood pressure's through the roof. If you're on a freaking statin, if you're taking high blood pressure medication, stuff like that, people who are taking years off the back end of their life because they're toting around so much weight that their heart is having trouble, it's causing their systems to fail. This is who, in my opinion, this drug is for. Not to say it can't be used for recreational use, because that's what it's mostly used for, at least once you get into a good position. You know, it has its place, right? And if you're going to be a recreational user, you got to know what you're getting into, especially if you want to be fit. Do not think that you're going to get on a GLP-1 and it's going to make you look like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or Jean-Claude Van Damme in his prime. Okay? The only way you do that is through muscle and a lot of cardio or in a controlled diet. So, you know as well as I do, you've seen the person at the ballpark or at the Walmart or at the mall, and you saw them one year and they were like normal, average person, obviously eating in a surplus. You don't even have to ask them what's up. Like, what's up, Bob? You know, what's up, Bob, other than the fact that you're eating in a surplus and you're slowly killing yourself waiting on a stroke. You know, that's what you really mean when you see these people, when they're just progressively, wow, he's really gotten big. That's pretty normal. Stand by. Checking in. There we go. Had to take a break there. Had a freaking phone call when I'm trying to make my video. Where were we? Talking about the character, right? The guy that's obviously been eating in a surplus, taking years off the back end of his life, destined for a stroke. So these people get on there, or probably a lot of you are on it. It's important to continue eating protein. This is your only chance. Not only is it going to make you not eat, it's going to cut off your hunger triggers, your crave trigger, but through not eating, your body will take its muscle. And a lot of you don't even have muscle. Like a lot of people don't. They think they do, which is a reason why a lot of guys don't want to get cut. That's the real reason. Well, there's two real reasons. Number one is because they don't want to get weak, because they don't freaking know how to diet. And number two, because we're not talking about peeled, we're talking about healthy range here. Getting people in healthy ranges. 15% body fat, that's going to be the amazing, livable, you're still as strong as you possibly are, kind of body fat percentage. That's what we're talking about. When I say healthy, I'm talking about 15%. When I'm talking about shredded, I'm talking about 10 to 12%. And if I'm talking about peeled, and I'm talking dick skin, peeled, competition type peeled, we're talking single digit, right? Just for future reference. It's so important that you eat, right? It's great to lose weight. And for those of you out there who are morbidly obese, 300 plus pounds, if you're not losing pounds and pounds a week, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds a week, at least at first, you're doing something wrong. You are entirely doing something wrong. You need to keep doing cardio while you're on it, because cardio is for your heart. All right? Cardio is a polisher. Don't think you're going to use cardio as a driver of fat loss. If you do that, there are people who've done that. Talk to people. Oh, I used to run 5 miles a day and I got super skinny. And do you think they're still skinny today? Hell no, they're not. You know why? Because it's not really sustainable. Eventually your joints are going to give out, your shit's going to come up, you're going to get tired. One day you're just going to stop. It's not going to fade away. It's just going to stop. That's what's going to happen with that. So, when you get on the GLP-1 because you need it medically from your doctor, continue to eat food. Eating food is a very good thing. There is nothing bad about eating food. You just need to eat the right amount of food. And how are you going to know how much food's right for you? Because you're going to figure out your maintenance calories. And I know I just lost half of you right there. That one. When I said maintenance calorie, I might as well have said bomb in a public space. I know that people they're just not going to do it. But this is how to do it, and this the truth. I'm going to keep saying it because that's the only way you're going to be able to be what you want to be, change how you want to change, is knowing exactly what your body needs to maintain its current state. Then you know how to make progress. You can set timelines. It's a beautiful thing. So when you get this GLP-1, you start taking it, you should be looking at losing a significant amount of weight if you're morbidly obese, right? Continue eating protein. Most people aren't eating enough protein anyways, and I'm specifically talking about dudes, men. High protein intake, 1 gram per pound of lean body mass, right? And if you picture, so a serving of meat is 4 ounces uncooked. The way I do it, there's a lot of ways to do it, but the way I do it is typically with meat, if you cook an 8 ounces of chicken. I've tested this in 1,000 different ways in order to expedite my life and be able to make my food ahead of schedule so I can always have food ready. I never want to be hungry and not have food ready. That's a great way to freaking screw your diet up unless you're really disciplined. So 8 ounces of raw meat cooked, and when I say cooked, I don't know about baked or how hard you would bake them, but a good rule of thumb is it's going to weigh around 7.3 ounces once cooked. So I personally measure out cooked meat in grams. I do 1 serving is 100 grams. So all my meals are going to consist of 200 to 300 grams of meat. And I hope you can understand what that means. One serving, 4 ounces cooked lean meat, not ground, cooked lean solid meat is going to be 100 grams. Okay? Now, if you use like 93.7 ground turkey or something like that, to the best of my abilities, it's going to be around 75 grams is going to equal a serving, 4 ounces. But you need to be having 4 to 5 servings of meat every day. That could be Greek yogurt. You could throw in stuff like that if you want. I love egg whites. I have a whole carton of egg whites once a day. Have for years. You got to be careful of those though, because they're sneaky full of salt, which doesn't matter if you're drinking a lot of water. Which brings me to my next kind of point. If you're taking the GLPs, you want to drink a ton of water, because not only do they slow digestion and constipate you, is what they do. So make sure your water intake is through the roof. Don't sit around and try to drink gallons and gallons and gallons of water. Just make sure that you're sipping water all day. You've got water available and you're drinking a lot of water. Same way when you're trying to eat 7 meals a day, you're not going to sit around. If you miss meals, you're not going to catch up for the day. You're smoked. You're done. You can't digest with so much over a certain amount of time. That's why people space their meals out, or one of the reasons why people space their meals out, because you can't get that much food in eating 3 times a day. So as you lose weight, if you keep your protein intake up and you're active, you stand a way better chance of maintaining your muscle mass, and you won't get that sick look. So, I mean, that's really the moral of this, like how to spare people from that death look, that like not good look. You know what I'm saying? You have this picture in your mind that you want to be, right? And this GLP-1 is going to get you there. I'm not saying it can't get you there, but it's not going to do it through stop eating. Eating is actually a very good thing. It supports your body, it supports your muscle. You just don't want to overeat. So use the GLP to control your hunger signaling. Use it to create new habits. But if you learn nothing while taking your GLP, then you're just going to be that guy or that gal who just becomes super flat, don't look good, and otherwise hate yourself just as much as you did when you were overweight, except for hopefully you'll be healthier. For those of you who truly need it because their health is going downhill, I don't think it really matters in that context. I mean, because your goal is survival, not necessarily fitness. For those of you who are taking it from a fitness standpoint, you must eat food. No matter how bad you don't want to eat food, you must continue eating food and prioritize protein and lifting. I don't want all of you to wake up and look like a damn 2x4, which is what a lot of people do who take it. I've talked to a lot of people, and I say that a lot. But they'll say, oh my God, everybody I know is taking that. Everybody looks so sick. Don't be that guy. It's easy to prevent it. Get it from your doctor, and just make sure you eat. So that's all I've got on this one. I hope through all of my rants and jumble talk on it, you got the point. I'm going to summarize it one more time because this has just been on my mind to do this because people don't get it. I'm tired of seeing it. Being skinny is different than being lean. Being bad body skinny is different than being an athletic look. To maintain your muscle, you must eat protein and at least stimulate your muscles to maintain. Okay? If you take the GLPs, you stop eating, you are going to fall off like a person with a disease. Your muscle is going to be gone, and you're going to be left stringy and sick looking. Don't be that person. If you got questions, put them in the comments. I'll do a follow-up video if necessary, going into greater detail on how to prevent the muscle wasting and how to make the best use of your GLP. That's all I got. Appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing for more. Talk to you tomorrow.